But before we do that, let's talk a bit about what's that? Releasing a single and then another single. What's the approach? Why did you choose to go forward this way?
Okay, so the idea behind it is when I was talking to my brother, I'm like, okay, so I live in Dubai, you live in Beirut,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna go 4 or 5 times a year. And to do an album and release it, it's gonna take a lot of time. And to get all these people together, and okay, later we need to do videos and
Mhm.
one, there's not gonna be content. There's not gonna be enough content. One, two, there's gonna be a long time from the moment we release the first, we say, okay, we just did the band, hello, or when the work burns, until we release the album. We don't know how long it will take. So we said, one, let's release them one by one. Let's give each song, I mean, in a way, its merit or the attention. So if I tell a friend of mine, listen, I just released 10 songs,
Yeah.
he's most probably these days with the attention span of most people
Yeah.
going to listen to one or two and then say, yeah, man, it's okay, fine, good, or whatever. But if you release every couple of months one song,
Mhm.
he might give you 3 or 4 minutes of his time. And this came from once a study that we had, like in my job when we were working,
Yeah.
and I was writing an article, and work article,
Mhm.
and they wanted me to do like 3 or 4 pages. I'm like, nobody's gonna read this. So I'm like, even when you read on Facebook, a lot of times if it's too long, you're gonna skip it.
Yeah. Most people do.
That's
Yeah.
why exactly. So what I wanted to do is I didn't want to just to burn the songs. Yeah, okay, I did an album and that's it.
Mhm.
Let's treat each one as a baby, like it's not like okay, you just each one as on its own, give it its own merit, give it its time, write proper lyrics, do a proper like video or whatever we can do an artwork and release it.
I see.
And and I think I mean this is the way we want to go. And then at the end, I'll just combine them all into one album and release a physical copy.
Mhm.
And you get also the content. I mean, you're always active. You always want to do more this way. You're not discouraged by saying, I need to do an album. Man, I still haven't done anything. You don't know. Or
So
you have one or two songs that are
yeah.
stuck.
So instead of an album
Is
feeling like a mountain, you have like milestones being the tracks. That's one. And instead of releasing the full album, nobody has the time to listen to the full album. You give them those 5 minutes tracks, one after another. So
exactly.
from a band's perspective, there's an advantage where you distribute the effort, and from the listener's perspective, he gets the music like one piece after another, so he gives enough time for each piece.
Exactly. If you like it, then I think he'll give it some time. If not, then if I release an album or not, it's gonna
Yeah.
be the same.
And from the social media's perspective, you have a post every 2-3 months with a track, with an image there, like check our new single. This is every time you revive your activity online.
Rami, it keeps us active
Yes, see.
because now, for example, it keeps us busy. We want to do more. Okay, we still need this to finish this track.
Yeah.
It's not, okay, I still need to do this last song and we haven't done it yet. The
Yeah.
whole album is waiting on this last song. So, and at the end, it's not about, okay, what you sell and how much are we going to sell and all of this. It's not the point anymore. It you reach a point where this is not what we want.
Mhm.
What we want just to release and share music that we have done with idols and idol friends,
Yeah.
and like get all of these people together under one album.
I see. I see. So it in all aspects you look at it, it seems like a proper way to do it, and there are advantages in the way you do it. Someone like me who's a bit used to like I want the album, I want to sit and listen for it for an hour. These are becoming I'm a unicorn now, right? Rare people who want to.
Unless
Yeah.
unless it is, let's say, Orbit Culture release a new album, Misery Index. I listen to it, all of it. you know. But then you've got those. I listen to this band.
Yeah,
Oh, you know, one song, yeah, it's nice. Second, then okay, let me go to something else. If it doesn't really catch you,
I see.
see what I mean? So,
I
and
listen. Yeah,
you give credit to JM on this because JM was also one was like yeah, who was really pushing for this. Was like, man, do it this way.
yeah. I see what they do the similar approach with Svengali more or less. They have like a video for every track and they push it on its own every now and then.
Because you've put a lot of effort on these songs, you know. It's so
Yeah,
might as well
yeah,
take it.
yeah. But unfortunately or eventually, I don't know how to say that. Even if you have any album you choose, any album ever released, there is always a track or two that are the most listened to, like double
Yes,
the rest, right?
yes,
Even if you put
yeah,
all exact same effort, there's somewhere like some lyrics that echoes with a lot of people. There's some guitar riff that echoes with someone else more, and that becomes like the hit. Of course, you don't always intend it to have like a hit track, but that's eventually how it ends up being. Yeah, so here we have also in our listeners, we have Carl, who's also an album dude. I'm not sure if that's an age thing.
but look, I have here maybe around 800 CDs. Like
Yeah,
I love the booklet and the
yeah,
reading. Thanks to whom to read the thanks list and who produced it, who's the guest on which track. I love this, and even you know the smell of the booklet when it comes when you open it, and this whole experience. It's nice.
yeah. See, I'm
But
leaning, I'm leaning back because here it's all CDs around me. I collected almost every CD released by the local band and a lot of international CDs. So I am one of those people who also like the booklets, likes to listen to the whole thing, likes to read like the story, who's behind it, who mixed it, who produced it. I like to know more because part of my curiosity, and also sometimes I find like a producer or a studio, and I go check what albums did that studio mix because I like the
yes,
mix. I'm not
and
following the musician; I'm following the mix.
And Rami, also
Yeah,
we have our day jobs. The situation in Lebanon has not helped.
yeah,
Careers, you have families, kids, etc. So the way you treat this thing, you can't treat it like when you were 17, 18,
mm-hmm.
nothing to do, getting drunk, making music, and it's a different era.
Different era.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
back to a different era. A small comment on that. Like I am one also person who likes. I think the bands approached this in beginning 2000, where they started making more of that concept album thing, where every track is a continuation of the story. Mostly prog bands usually. And in that case, like if I want to really listen to the album, there's a melody that goes from the start of till the end of the album. There's a story of a character going through every track, and that connection between the tracks is another way for them to like force me to listen to the whole album, to get the full story. Like you don't want to miss an episode of your series, right? You want to know what happened to that guy and whatever. So I
we've
think,
been working on this, by the way, in
yeah,
Mentally Decayed. It was a concept album.
yeah,
It was
exactly. Yeah, Garo told us that there's a concept there and explained the approach, but I think that is suitable for this single release thing, because if I watch episode 1, I want to see who's the singer on episode 2 and what's his story. If there's a concept going between episodes, I'm gonna be waiting for every episode, which is every track, right? To tell me the rest of the story. So maybe that could also bring back those concept albums. So through single releases, I think that would also work. I'm not sure. We shall see.